Welcome to the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Championships, kiteboarding's biggest and most highly anticipated event of the season. We're in the southern Spanish kiting mecca of Tarifa for the second straight year. Its famed Levante wind that blows over the resort's town beach almost guarantees the 30-knot-plus breezes needed for the breathtaking big air disciplines. A 3-week competition window allows the GKA to pick the punchiest conditions, promising a spectacular show. But the weather gods have not been kind this year, and at the outset, a successful outcome seemed to hang in the balance. Still, the world's leading big air athletes put aside their concerns and were fired up to defend their crowns in their unique, high-flying style.
This year I'm feeling especially motivated, like actually way more motivated than last year. I'm enjoying my time on the water a lot, having fun out there, learning new tricks, progressing, having a smile on my face. So I think that's the real difference. I've got a bit more of a relaxed approach, and even though, you know, I'm in first place and people think the pressure is on, for me it's kind of like I'm gonna go out there and have fun and do my best, and whatever happens, happens. My biggest threat this year is definitely Andrea.
My biggest competitor, it's me. Yeah, it's me. Because I know that I do everything good. I need to beat me, you know? I need to like push myself to do like trick that I do in training, and then I need to do this trick also in competitions. I need to go chill and just go full send. And also I feel that I need to show at my family what I can do.
Yeah, my family is a really big part of my life. We are all very close and I'm super grateful for that. I've been spending the past 2 months with them here in Tarifa, and now they're coming on the competition, so it's great to be able to have the support of my parents and my brothers. And I think it's gonna help me a lot. The more I improve in both disciplines, the more I'm like, whoa, it's way different. Wave riding is just so different than freestyle. But it's also nice because after 2 months of doing pure freestyle, you just want to do something else, and that's when you start doing waves. I think there are many goals. I'm pretty curious to see what Mika can do.
Well, goals for surfboard, well, for strapless. I mean, I don't really, it's not that I don't have goals, I'm just gonna go out there, do my best. And I mean, honestly, I don't think this year is gonna be enough, because I know last year I just came and like didn't train, didn't do anything, and just went in the water and got third. Twin tip goals is definitely to win. I mean, I got first in Lord of the Trams, and yeah, I really want to do some new things out here, you know, and really show people that I can go big.
My goal is to learn all my tricks and have a lot of fun and yeah, enjoy this event. I don't really care about the title. I just want to show what we can do with a foil and enjoy on water with all people doing the same tricks as me.
The iconic tower that overlooks the event site on Tarifa's Balneario beach serves as a fitting backdrop for the high-octane drama about to unfold. The fabled Levante wind that blows cross-offshore makes for flat waters and small waves that are the perfect playground for the best big air athletes. The intensity is evident as the building breezes finally show up and the competition gets set to take to the air. First on the water were the hydrofoilers, whose efficiency allows them to send it to the moon in even lighter conditions. The hydrofoilers are a small but passionate subset of the big air clan, and they're keen to show the breathtaking possibilities of what can be done on a foil. The height they can achieve, even in gentler breezes, is mind-blowing. And once the athletes are up there, they can add some stylish rotations and board-offs to impress the judges with their mastery. The 4-man final was a shootout between reigning world champion Charles Brodel, the young Dutchman Jamie Overbrook, the French rider Maxime Luan Desjardins, and the Dominican Joselito del Rosario. It was a tense but spectacular affair, with the riders upping the stakes and the amplitude as each took their turn to perform to their best. It soon turned into a two-horse race as Brodel and Overbeek eased away, even though the Dutch teenager had crashed on a couple of early tricks. In the end, it was Brodel's mastery of the discipline that he has made his own that was enough to prevail and take the Big Air crown for the second successive year.
I'm pretty happy because I managed to learn all my tricks, also in those tricky conditions. And I won my fourth title. This year I was more focused on the big air discipline. So I trained a lot with my tube kite and managed to learn new tricks for this competition. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
It went pretty good. I landed a lot of tricks that I wanted to land and where I trained on. In the final, the first two attempts didn't went that well because I couldn't stick the landing. But after that, I still sticked a few pretty good tricks and yeah, I was happy with it.
The women's big air surfboard contest was another four-way battle between Michele Sol, Swiss rider Camille Lossaran, Italian Barbara Sardello, and the favourite, reigning 17-year-old champion Capucine Delanoy. All four riders showed just how far the women's big air game has advanced. As the sun sank towards the horizon, the athletes traded blows. They racked up big scores for strapless surfboard jumps, rotations, and kite loops. But it was Lossaran, a Tarifa local, who blew the judges away. The contraloop front roll board off put her head and shoulders above her rivals and gave her her first win.
Yeah, I can't be more happy, honestly. It feels amazing to be here in Tarifa at my home spot. Of course, I was super nervous. I was against Mika, Capucine and Barbara. So there was a lot of tension, but I was feeling pretty confident, honestly, because I'm used to ride here in Tarifa. As I said, it's my home spot, so I know the conditions and I didn't really have a strategy, just doing the tricks that I knew, and it went pretty good, so yes.
It feels a bit hard, but it gives me more motivation for the next of the year. There's still another world title to win this year, and I definitely have my eyes on it.
Well, first off, super happy with my result. You know, third place, it's the podium, and I didn't really train for this at all. As I said before, I just came here to have some fun, and my fun ended with me in third place, which is I'm pretty stoked on.
The opening rounds of the men's big air surfboard competition set the tone for the hard-fought battles to come. Athlete after athlete used the building Levante wind to its full to throw down huge performances. Small inshore waves were the ideal ramps to boost massive jumps, and once aloft, the riders were spinning and rolling even as they looped their kites single-handed, with the effect that they received a violent yank that carried them horizontally downwind. The more extreme and complex the move, the greater the chance to impress the judges and advance in the contest. If the opening of the men's surfboard contest was intense, everything was about to go to another level. On the competition's final day, the Levante made its presence felt. The action only got more extreme as the wind cranked up and the athletes went even higher in their quest for glory. Reigning world champion Ayrton Cozzolino could only watch from the sidelines after pulling out because of an injury.
Normally before this event I went to Africa for training and filmed some videos. At the last day I found a really bad gust which put me down so hard, and then I fell so hard with my ribs and dislocated the rib again, you know. I wanted to defend my world champion, no? So I came here, I put my harness on, tried to do a few tricks, but I couldn't. I was in so much pain, you know.
With Cozzolino out of the running, James Carew, the two-time kitesurf champion, seemed to be in pole position. But the wildcard entrant, Spain's Marc Garriga, appeared to have other ideas. He used his local knowledge to the full and was pushing boundaries. Fellow countryman Kiko Roig and German teenager Keanu Mertin did their bit to keep the front-runners honest. But the Australian Carew had come out charging and chalked up some big early scores that put his rivals under pressure. Garriga traded blows and did his best to match the Australian trick for trick, but Carew put ever bigger numbers on the board, including a remarkable 8.46 out of a possible 10 for one trick. Carew had built up an unassailable lead, and it was enough to earn him the crown. Sadly, in Carew's celebrations, he pulled a massive jump into a kite loop, like those that had won him the contest. But this time he landed in shallow water and broke his leg. It earned him a trip to the hospital and in the process robbed him of the chance to celebrate on the podium's top step.
I am super happy with my second place. I cannot believe it yet. Kiting here with all my friends, all the riders in my second home spot was super good. The wind was super strong. We do properly big air conditions. So yeah, super happy.
So I'm really happy about my result. I didn't expect that result for this competition, and third for me is a dream. Already third on the world is crazy for me. And it was the first time I tried this 7 on the water. I received the kite last week, so I didn't have time to try it out, so really happy.
With the action well and truly underway, it seemed fitting to take some time out to recognise kiteboarding's greatest feats and contributions. The Qatar Airways GKA Awards Night was staged during the Big Air World Championships, with the biggest names from this vibrant sport on hand for the emotional gala evening at Tarifa's theatre. 10 of the coveted statuettes were presented, an increase of 4, reflecting the awards night's growing success.
So congratulations to the winner is Gian Maria Pocaluto.
With the joyous business of the GKA Awards receding in the rearview mirror, it was time to get serious. The blue-ribboned event of the GKA Big Air discipline is the twin tip contest.
And
it has drawn the best 24 men and 12 women big air kiteboarders from around the world, each with dreams of claiming the crown.
Feeling a a little nervous.
If I get crowned here, it would be amazing to do it in front of my family and loved ones.
More adrenaline than pressure. I need to put this pressure in a good way, you know?
The stakes don't get higher than this. The most sought-after world titles in big air twin tip are on the line. The tension is palpable as the athletes make their last-minute checks. The Levante breeze is filling in and the women are the first on the water. The opening rounds gave them the chance to get their moves dialed in, but all eyes were on the reigning big air world champion, 18-year-old Michaeli Sol, to see what she had in her locker. It wasn't going to be handed to her on a plate though, as the Americans' rivals started to go through the gears. So the four riders through to the final are Hugenrad and Lambrecht, Bouillot and Sol. Those opening clashes were just the appetizer for the mouth-watering main event, and it was an early start for the climactic final day of competition, with big Levante wins finally forecast. The females were locked and loaded. Some athletes even opted for ski goggles to offer some protection from being sandblasted by the breeze.
Alright guys, so today's the second day, and yeah, conditions are definitely pumping.
Michaeli Sol eased her way into the final with a characteristically smooth performance, even as the gusts pushed towards 33 knots. The Swede Natalie Lambrecht booked her berth in the final with some beautiful style. The Dutch rider Zara Hugenrad had a slightly bumpier approach, though she too made the four-woman showdown. France's big air specialist Angélique Bouillot notched up some big scores in her run to the final, and it appeared that she would be the one to threaten Sol's crown. When it came down to it though, Michaeli Sol was in a class of her own. Her competition experience shone through as she threw down stunning tricks. Angélique Bouillot failed to live up to her early promise and never really got going. Zara Hugenrad also suffered a mixed final to take third place. Natalie Lambrecht fared much better and kept the US teenager within striking distance on the scoreboard and took second. But it was Sol who romped away with those huge trick scores that earned her back-to-back crowns.
No, just super stoked on my 7th world title. This one actually, like, I was a little doubting it just a little bit, you know, because like in big air, there, like it's like you make your stuff or you don't pass, you know, and like I think consistency is key. And I was able to make all my tricks and land some pretty sick ones. And yeah, I'm just super proud of myself and everyone else. Like Natalie killed it, super proud of her, love her to death, and all the other girls are also sending it. And yeah, just. Overall, such a great year, and I still got the freestyle to do, so I'm pretty stoked on that too.
Just getting the news that I came second, fighting my place in France, coming third, fighting my place, coming second now, and getting overall second, becoming vice world champion is just a dream come true.
I'm just super happy. We just had a super great final with all the 4 girls. I was very happy to be in the final.
So confirmation of the results, Sol in first ahead of Lambrecht, Hugenrad and Bouillot. For the men hoping for glory, the stakes were just as high. The Netherlands' Giel Vlucht, GKA Big Air Tour leader Liam Wally and the Red Bull Kings of the Air Mark Jacobs and Lorenzo Casati were among the favourites. The first skirmishes in the men's big air twin tip contest were far from tame affairs. The young guns who've rewritten the big air script in the past year had a point to prove. Spain's Jeremy Belando is one of those at the sharp end of kiteboarding's exciting new wave and won several big heats. Dutch teenager Jamie Overbeek showed he could go toe-to-toe with the world's best and prosper too. Reigning world champion 18-year-old Andrea Principi has also been working hard in the last year and has upped his game again with an array of new tricks. He showed clearly that he had no intention of surrendering his crown without a fight. As the sun started to set on the contest's penultimate day, the big air action really began to live up to its name, much to the delight of a packed Balneario beach. The athletes pushed each other on to ever greater feats, pushing the limit of big air in their quest to advance deep into the competition. The battles were fierce as each of the riders laid down big tricks, each with increasing complexity, height and risk. The judges on the beach awarded each rider scores for their 3 best tricks from a total of 7 attempts.
People are double looping already and going massive.
The men's semi-finals were packed with drama, complementing the truly breathtaking aerial action perfectly. With places in the final at stake, the intensity on the beach and among the athletes was clearly rising. And with it, the moves became more extreme as the athletes opened their bags of tricks that they hoped would impress the judges. Risky double kite loops with added rotations were suddenly the norm as the wind cranked up to nearly 40 knots. One of the biggest upsets came when the Netherlands' Koen van Dijk dispatched tour leader Liam Wally. It left the Spaniards' dream of glory dead in its tracks. So the Italians Casati and Principi go toe-to-toe with Vlucht and Van Dijk in an all-European final. The 4-man showdown to decide the 2023 podium was a battle for the ages, and it showed just how far this mind-blowing big air discipline has come in such a short space of time. Again and again, riders threw double kite loops and S-loops while doing multiple rotations, their board in hand. Vlucht couldn't quite match the style, power and fluency of his rivals and fell behind on the leaderboard, never quite recovering. Casati also struggled to repeat the form he'd shown in his semi-final win. He put some good scores on the board, but finished a couple of points adrift of his 2 key rivals. Van Dijk came out firing. The Dutchman racked up big scores with his early tricks. It took him to 25.57 out of 30, but he wasn't able to close the deal and crashed on several of his final trick attempts. Principi fluffed his lines at the start of the final, posting a couple of crashes that left him trailing, but he kept calm and started to put some big numbers on the board. In the end, he did enough to exactly match Van Dijk's heat score. The young Italian lifted the crown thanks to earning the highest individual trick score. It was a victory by the narrowest of margins.
Of course, I'm really happy. I became like 2 times world champion. I was dreaming for, you know, I'm so stoked. I was here with my family that helped me a lot. So it's like, make me cry, you know, because be here with my family that was watching me, I make my family proud of me, and this is the most important thing for me. I'm so stoked, yeah.
The final was incredible. For me, being in the final is already winning. You know, you're on the podium. Obviously, I want to have that first place, but I went into the finals with a smile. I got out the finals with a smile.
I was super good. The win today was finally on, was really strong, and really happy about my 3rd place for sure. I wanted to go first, but I'm really happy. And then also for 3rd in the world. And yeah, it was really nice. Maybe in the final the wall was a bit light on the 5 for me for double loop, but it was really good result for sure, so really happy.
So confirmation of those final standings: Principi in 1st, Van Dijk in 2nd, Casati 3rd, ahead of Giel Vlucht in 4th. Against the odds, the Qatar Airways GKA Big Air Kite World Championships were off the charts. Tarifa once again delivered the big Levante breezes the big air athletes demand. For their part, they kept their end of the bargain by serving up an incredible show that kept fans on the edge of their seats. Many new young faces had breakthrough moments, ripping up the script and showing the revolutionary progression of big air kiteboarding. At the end of the day, 5 world champions in 3 disciplines were crowned. 3 of the victors were repeat winners, 2 of them still just 18 years of age. 2 others in the big air surfboard discipline were exhilarating surprises. There is no question big air's future is very, very bright. Join us next time to see where the journey takes us.